So let's dive into this whole thing. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Luke Rangel. I am an owner of Anatomy Fitness, been in the fitness industry for at least 10 years, married for 6 years, have a kid, have a daughter, 4 years old. And, uh, and so that's kind of my big reason why I always want to stay healthy is because I'm always going to like school events, things like that, going to the park. And there's always two types of parents, right? There's a type of parents that sit on the bench and watch their kid, and then there's the other parents that play with their kid. And I'm sure it's going to be even more as you see when she starts sports and things like that. But I always wanted to be the parent that could actually that at least has the choice to play with their kid, right? And just can't because I did it to myself. And so that's always one of my big reasons. And then, of course, all of the members, right? I can't, as they say, you can't trust a fat trainer. So I can't, I have to be in the best shape of my life so I could help other people get in the best shape of their life. And that's kind of, so just a very quick background for me. So today, I want to kind of break down why you need to focus on nutrition, right? Like everyone knows you need to eat healthy to lose weight. I wish there was some kind of secret. I wish there was a magic pill. And if you do know how to make a magic pill, contact me because I want in on that investment. But unfortunately, like you have to go nutrition, and nutrition is the main thing. You always hear 90% nutrition, 10% exercise, whatever percentages people say. But that is 100% true. And I'm going to give a lot of examples today. And the purpose of these examples is really to drive in the point. Like, you can lose all the weight you want without exercising. I'm going to say that one more time. You could lose all the weight you want without exercising. Exercise has nothing to do with weight loss. Absolutely nothing. All right? But with that being said, should you exercise? Absolutely. There are 1,000 benefits to exercise and you need to do it. But I want you to make sure you know how to eat healthy so that you could keep the weight off for the rest of your life. If you've ever said the reason why I gained weight is because I stopped exercising, unfortunately, that's just not true. The reason why you gained weight is because you didn't learn how to eat healthy without exercising, right? And so, I'll start off with my own kind of background. So, I haven't always been a fitness person myself. I've been, I want to say I've been kind of skinny fat most of my life. I don't want to say I didn't really grow up overweight, but I grew up chubby. My parents are overweight. I've never learned about nutrition from anybody. I've never learned how to exercise from anybody other than sports coaches, which I've come to realize most high school coaches don't know what they're doing in the gym. But that's another story. And so that's kind of my whole education of the fitness side came from playing sports. As far as nutrition, I had absolutely no help at all, other than once I started becoming a trainer myself, learning a little bit about nutrition myself. And so I want to say at age 20 is when I started getting serious about exercise. So I got some pictures for you guys. I think it's this one. Yep. So this was me, age 20. As you can see, I wasn't overweight. At this point, I was skinny fat. And yeah, nothing to really brag about. And so I've already been kind of working out off and on with sports. And so at this moment, I took this picture because I was like, all right, it is time for me to get serious. And so I did what everybody does. I actually planned my workouts. And so I worked out literally 5 to 6 days a week, almost, I don't, can't remember. I don't think I missed any weeks at all. All right. Over a 5 year period. And so I got serious, worked out 5, 6 days a week. I ate as healthy as I knew how. I ate only when I was hungry. I stopped when I was full, right? And I did this for 5 years. I truly, like, I didn't miss. I remember I even got my wisdom teeth out during this, and I worked out the next day. Don't do that. You're not supposed to. Nothing happened. But anyways, and I did this for 5 years straight. And I was committed, I was disciplined, I was motivated. I knew somewhat what I was doing. And after 5 years went by, this was my after picture. Yes, that is not a mistake. I looked 100% the exact same. So, this picture right here is literally after 5 years of working out. It is after 5 years of eating as healthy as I could. It is after 5 years of sacrificing, being frustrated, doing everything that I could that I thought I knew how uh, to get results. But nothing changed. I mean, I got stronger in the weight room. Like, after you work out, you feel better about yourself. But I was 25 years old. I wanted to look good. I wanted to get girls. I wanted to take off my shirt at the beach, right? All of that stuff. And so it was extremely frustrating. So at age 25, it was literally January, whenever I was 25, a long time ago now. And it was like a New Year's resolution. I took this picture, and I remember feeling like everything I just mentioned: frustrated, angry, all that stuff. So if you're watching this and you've been exercising and not feeling like anything's changing, if you feel like you're sacrificing so much just to stay the same, I know how you feel. And I just hit that point where I was just so tired of being tired, and I was so mad because I felt like I wasted 5 years of my life. I was like, how did I put in so much work, so much effort for so long to not see the results from it? And that right there made me mad enough to change. And so what I did, I the only thing that I changed was my nutrition plan. The same exact nutrition that I'm going to be sharing with you over the next 6 days. And so what I did at this point, because again, I'm not a trainer at this point. I have no role model or anyone to ask to. I'm a broke 25-year-old college dropout, so I can't afford to pay for a trainer or anything like that. And so I Googled people that I knew from internet and the workout world on people that I wanted to look like. And so I researched them, and then I started looking at how they trained, what they ate, all of that stuff. And so I looked at the exercises first because that's what everyone wants to do, is the easy part. And I realized I was working out pretty much the same way they were, right? And then I really dove into the nutrition, and I started reading books on nutrition. And I started just doing exactly what they were doing. If they ate this, I ate that. If they ate this much, I ate that much. And I just did exactly what they were doing. And over the course of 3 months, so I did this for 3 months, and this became my after picture. Absolutely insane. Like, everyone thought I was on steroids. Everyone thinks it's photoshopped, whatever it may be. You can think whatever you want. But this was 3 months later. And again, this first picture, wherever it's at, this was after 5 years of working out. This was 3 months after changing my nutrition. I did not change my workouts one bit. The only thing that I changed was my nutrition. And so if you've been exercising, if you've been working out, if you feel like you've been eating healthy, sometimes like, to change your body, eating healthy is not enough. Eating healthy is good, like to lower blood pressure and like the important stuff, right? But we're human and we want to look good too. And sometimes eating healthy isn't good enough to change the way you look to get the body that you want. And I'm going to go into details as well over the next 6 videos that I'm going to go into as well. And so to drive in this point a little further. So here I am, 25 years old, finally got the body I want, right? And it worked out pretty well. And what happened is, as I got older, turned 30, my business started growing. I opened up a gym, became a father, stressed with money, all of this stuff, right? Enter excuse. I started slacking on my nutrition. So I never stopped exercising. I love exercising. I can't say I'm always motivated to exercise, but it's a habit of mine to exercise. It's who I am. And so even though I was exercising still 5, 6 days a week, slacking on my nutrition, this ended up becoming me again. Here I am, I don't know, 33 or 30, yeah, 32 or 33 years old. And I pretty much kind of like, again, I looked good with a shirt on, but I knew I looked terrible with a shirt off. And it was the confidence in me that knew that I needed to change again. But here's the thing. I got the result before. And so I started doing the same things as I was before, as healthy as I could, making those few changes, being intentional with my protein, all the little stuff, right? But this time it wasn't working for me. And I don't know if it could have been because I was older, right? It could have been a million different things. But all I knew is that I needed to get serious on it again. And so I changed my nutrition just a little bit, which I'll talk about towards the end of the whole the 7 day series. And this is what happened. I'll just kind of show you. And so this was my new after photo at 34 years old. 33 or 34. I don't know. I'm 34 now. I forgot how long ago I did this. And again, all four of these pictures, I worked out the exact same. I ate as healthy as I thought I knew I could. But the only thing that I changed in all four pictures that you saw was my nutrition. And so that's why I really want you to be dialed in over these next 7 days and pay attention and take notes, do whatever you need to, and do exactly what I did so you can get the results too, right? And it doesn't matter how much you exercise. You don't need to exercise to lose weight. You need to exercise to tone, but you do not need to exercise to lose weight. So if you're thinking to yourself, I gained weight because of the pandemic, all the gyms were shut down, no more needing to lie to yourself. It's because you ate bad, right? And so that's part of this whole process too. I'll be teaching a little bit of mindset stuff as well, but the only way you can change is to accept the behaviors that you're doing so you could change those behaviors, right? And so that was my transformation. That's kind of my background of the story, and I wanted to share that for anyone who's new listening, who's never seen my face before, could get just a little bit of glimpse where like I wasn't born a fitness person. I did not always have a six pack. I was not always fit. I won't go too far back in my story, but I'll save that for now. And so another story. This was actually my brother. I always make fun of him because he got pregnant the same time his wife did. So this happens to a lot of people. My brother was actually a Division I athlete. He played for Texas Tech. He was on the football team. Always worked out his entire life as well. Even when he's chubby right here, he still worked out all the time. But like most athletes, what happens was he was working out like 4 to 5 hours a day, eating one way, right? Doing what he does. And then he stopped playing sports, graduated, stopped working out 4 hours a day, and kept eating the same way, right? If there's any athletes in here that feel like it was easy for you to maintain your weight because you're burning 10,000 calories a day, and then you stopped and then gained the weight, that's exactly what happened to my brother. His wife got pregnant, and like I said, so did he. And so he put on 30 pounds, the heaviest he's ever been. And so what he did is he was like, all right, you know what? I need to lose this weight. I'm going to sign up for a half marathon 6 months out. I'm going to train for this half marathon, run this half marathon, and lose a bunch of weight. All right. So that's exactly what he did. He signed up for a half marathon. And I remember following him he lives in Texas. I remember following him on Facebook, and I don't know if we did Instagram yet then, following his journey. And he literally ran all the time, like every single day, at least 4 to 5 days a week, sometimes 7. He ran every single day, 2 miles, 4 miles, building up to this half marathon, right? For 6 months straight. He goes to the half marathon, completes the half marathon, jumps on the scale. He lost 2 pounds. 6 months of training for a half marathon, he lost 2 pounds. And so at this point, I was getting results. He's like, what are you doing? I said, follow this nutrition plan. He followed this nutrition plan. He lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks. No joke. He didn't even have to run. 6 months of running, lost 2 pounds. Jumped on the nutrition plan, lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks. All right. And one more story to drive it in. If you guys follow me at all, or our gym, you've seen this lady, Daniela, down 130 pounds. But her story is pretty amazing. So the first 5 years of her journey, 4 years, was before she came to us at all. And so she just went to a regular gym, had a trainer like once a week, and exercised. Exercised hard, at least that one time each week. And so started at 270. Her first year goes by, she loses about 10 pounds. Right? Not bad. It's better than gaining, but if you're 270 pounds, you should probably lose 10 pounds a month, right? And so the second year goes by, loses another 10 pounds. Third year goes by, another 10 pounds. Fourth year goes by, another 10 pounds. It's like, all right, great. You're down 40 pounds. It's a lot when you put it like that, but over a 4 year period, it gets a little frustrating, right? And so she started with me, and same thing exactly. We worked out 3 times a week now. She's getting a little bit more serious, eating healthy, right? Following the foods on the list. And same thing happened. A year goes by, another 10 pounds. And then at this point, we move into our new gym. We open up boot camps. We do all that stuff. So this was her schedule every single week. I've been with her now for, I think, 3 years. And she's literally, I don't think she has ever missed one workout. Like, no joke. And so her schedule every single week, when we started this, I think it was January of 2019, it was. She did our morning boot camps 6 days a week. We did it 6 days at that time. She did our morning boot camp 6 days a week. She trained with me on top of that 3 days a week. So there was 3 days out of every week she did 2 hours of workout because she did the boot camp and then she trained with me. On top of that, she did Zumba at night every now and then, 1 or 2 hours each week. Blurry. And so that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So she was working out 10 to 11 hours every single week in 2019 from January to November. So I remember January 2019, she weighed 230 pounds. And then 11 months go by. We have an InBody, a scale that measures all of our progress. She jumps on the scale in November. So January, 230 pounds. Jumps on in November, 215 pounds. Working out 11 to 12 hours every single week, she lost 15 pounds after 11 months. Again, better than not gaining, but being 230 pounds, it's a little frustrating, right? And then the best thing ever happened. Because I've been telling her, I was like, maybe stop working out so much and use that hour to focus on our nutrition. And so luckily the pandemic happened and it forced her to do that. So starting in, so after that happened in November, I was like, look, trust me, just do exactly what I say. Pretty much same thing that was going on that I'm going to share with you guys. And let's just see what happens. And she was like, all right, I'm all in. Why not? What do I have to lose, right? After she started this new nutrition plan, in 6 weeks, she lost 15 pounds. So at first, it took her 11 months to lose 15 pounds. Now it took her 6 weeks to lose 15 pounds. 6 months goes by, she loses 50 pounds. And then by the end of the year, she lost 70 pounds in 1 year. So again, her first 5 years on her journey, she lost 10 pounds a year. And then all of a sudden switches her nutrition plan, loses 70 pounds in 1 year. That is the power of nutrition. And she worked out less. All right. And so if all of this didn't convince you to focus on your nutrition, this is the one thing that really hit home for me in the beginning and when I really started changing kind of my mindset around working out versus fitness versus nutrition and all that stuff. All right. So there's 100. And if you guys have questions, feel free to start asking them. I'm going to, after I'm done, I'll go and look at all the questions and answer what you guys have. So this is what changed my entire view. There's 168 hours in a week, right? 7 times 24. Yes, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? Let's say you're an extremely committed person and you work out, let's say 6 days a week for an hour each day, which most people watching this probably work out 2 or 3 times a week, right? Which is fine. But let's say you're the most committed person, 6 days every single week for an hour every single workout. So what's left? There are still 162 hours remain in your week. Okay? So it doesn't matter if you're an Olympic athlete, whatever you do, it doesn't matter how hard you work out during these 6 hours. Okay? Doesn't matter how hard you work out during these 6 hours, you will never make up 162 hours of poor nutrition, improper sleep, improper hydration, right? This is the one little math problem that I understood that completely changed my view on everything. So what should you focus on? Should you focus on the little 6 hours that you can actually exercise, and if you have 6 hours in a week to exercise, or should you focus on the 162 hours of your week, right? It's a no-brainer when you look at that. Yet when people say, hey, I want to start losing weight, I want to start doing all this stuff, the first thing they think about is I need to exercise. And then the second thing they think about is all the excuses on why they can't exercise, so they don't start at all. But the best part about nutrition is no matter what, you have to put food in your mouth every single day. And it takes just as much work to put bad stuff in your mouth as it does good stuff. And that is how you're going to be able to not only get the results you want, but keep the results forever, right? And so what I want you to do, the purpose of today is really to, hope if it hasn't yet, to really drive in the importance of nutrition. And over the next few days, what I'm really going to do is no more stories, but just dive in. I'm going to break down proteins. I'm going to break down carbs. I'm going to break down fats, why we need them, how to eat them, what are the proper kinds. And then I'm going to show you how to put all 3 of those into an actual meal plan. And that's where it's really going to get all come together for you, so you know how, no matter what your goals are, you know how to make the perfect meal plan for yourself. And then that's the healthy food, but as I said before, you could eat healthy and still not get the results you want. I'm going to show you how to calculate to a T, so you know exactly how many calories you should be eating, grams of protein, carbs, and fat, so you could really shape your body the way you want. And the fun part, so you could eat anything you want and still get results. If you follow me on Instagram, you see me eating pancakes a lot of times. I go out with my family, and yet I still stay lean. And that's not because of my genetics. Trust me, I have 2 overweight parents. It's very easy for me to gain weight. It's because I just learned how to understand food. And that is my goal over the next 6 to 7 days that we have left. All right? And so what I want you to do, kind of the next steps, is number 1, write down or comment down below, what is your ultimate goal? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to lose 20 pounds? Do you want to gain 20 pounds? Do you want to have shredded abs? Do you just want to feel good about yourself? Like, what are your goals? And then put a date on it, on when you want to accomplish it. There's a study done. I forgot by who. I forgot where I read it. But when people put a date on a goal, guess when 80% of the work for that goal is actually completed? Like the final week, right? Think about it in school. The teacher gives you an assignment to do, and it's 3 months out. When do you do the assignment? The last 1 to 3 days of it. And the same thing happens to your goal. If you make a goal of losing 20 pounds and you set it 3 months from now, you're going to really start pushing hard the last 4 weeks, because you want to accomplish it. But if you never set a date, you never even go push yourself to accomplish it. And that is the key right there, is not only write down the goal, but put a date to it. Next thing I want you to do is block out 1 hour. I don't know if these are going to be a whole hour long. I don't plan on it. I plan on about 30 minutes, but who knows? Sometimes I just start talking. And so block out an hour every single day. Again, I'm going to go live for the next 6 days after this. And so what I want you to do is just watch the videos. Within 24 hours, they will be deleted and then packaged together and then sold later. But you have the chance to ask questions and watch these for free right now. And then the last thing, well, second to last thing, focus on the 162 hours that actually matter. One more kind of little mindset before I go. One of the biggest things, so part of this was not only to give the 3 stories I shared, was not only to kind of drive the point of how important nutrition is, but it's really to help you believe. You have to get any result, you have to believe that it's possible for you. So if I going back to my before picture when I was right here, age 20 to 25, yes, I wasn't eating as the way I was supposed to be eating throughout the 5 years. But part of that reason is because when I was right here in this stage of my life, I didn't believe it was possible for me to get abs. I used to tell myself things like, there's no way I could get abs because I have broad shoulders. And that was a true belief of mine. I also had a belief that, hey, I'm a football player and football players don't get abs. I don't know where I heard that from. But those two things, as ridiculous as they sound, was 100% true in my mind. Just like there's a lot of stuff that's true in your mind, and we also have to guard our self-talk. How many of you guys say, I can't lose weight because my kids keep me too busy, right? That's not true, but it's a belief in your mind that you made it to become true. How many of you believe that you have too much work to lose weight? There's no way you're in your car all day. There's no way I could pack food and create a healthy lifestyle, right? When I lost my results and got back to this one, a big belief of mine was, hey, I'm a gym owner now. I'm a business owner. I'm 31 years old with a father, and it's okay for me to be chubby. All business owners are a little chubby. And so I started telling myself that story, and so guess what happened? That's probably why it took me 6 months to actually lose the weight again and get the body that I wanted again. So you have to believe that it's possible for you. And if you don't believe it yet, just honestly, just start saying things in your mind until they become true. You're not going to believe it at first. So again, right here, and this is kind of my last little thing to help you guys out for tonight, is I remember, and I don't know where I got this from, but at 25, when I decided, like, I'm sick and tired of being who I am, blah, 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 I remember thinking that I put myself into the future. So instead of saying things like, I am fat, I am chubby, it's impossible for me, I started saying things like, I have abs. Even though I looked like this, I told myself, I have abs. I told him, I am a fitness person. I eat healthy. I don't hang out with these type of people. And even though none of that was true at the moment, I said that to myself as much as I could to create a new identity of who I was. And slowly but surely, what happened is I became the person with abs up here. Even though when I looked in the mirror, that wasn't the person, but what mattered is I was that person up here. And because I was that person up here, that eventually transformed to the outer body. And that is what you have to do. You have to be, if your goal is to lose 50 pounds, you have to become the person that is down 50 pounds before you could lose 50 pounds. You are not going to become the result you want being the person you are today. These two people, it's not the same person. Completely two different people, right? This guy was a party animal, going nowhere in life. This guy actually became disciplined and motivated and started reading books, right? I became a completely different person, which created a completely different result. And that is what you're going to have to do to truly get the result you want. No matter how much you learn throughout the next 6 days, if you don't change what goes on right here, you're not going to change anything else. The best thing I've ever heard for anyone, whatever your goal is, you are this close away from achieving anything you want. And that is just the space between your ears. All right. So again, what you guys need to do, keep your notifications on in this group over the next 6 days. I promise no more stories. It's going to be 100% do this and you're going to get results. But I feel like it was really important for me to start off this way to really drive in the next 6 days and for you to show what is possible for you. And yes, affirmations changes your mindset. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. I'll come back to them later and answer as many as I can. Other than that, have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.